is a true honor to be able to work with Dr. Randy Bulger. He's been a phenomenal physician. When I came, he was doing surgeries, he was doing OB, he was doing family practice, huge volume of work.
I'm Randy Bulger. I'm in primary care here at Ventura Park Clinic in Portland, allied to the Adventist Medical Center. I've been here since September 5th, 1984, and have loved working here. 1 year after this, my wife came to join us in the practice, and so we have something over 50 years of practice here together, side by side. We do not so much what the job demands, but what the job offers.
Randy is known for putting in countless hours, most of it unremunerated, simply for the betterment of his patients.
I became a physician to straightforwardly carry out the mission of Christ in my life as I perceived it. You could just say that very simply. I have always loved books. Of course, I love reading books, and I often will give books when it's appropriate to stimulate the thought and to enhance the healing to my patients.
Dr. Bulger started to treat me when I was 12 years old, and he focused in on me. He made me feel like, I was the only person. He didn't just talk to my parents, but he focused in on me.
It's phenomenal, his focus on what he's willing to give to others.
And every time you see him as a patient, you benefit from just the man that he is, his experiences that he's had.
I developed the desire to practice medicine after having fallen so deeply in love with the girl I married.
I was going to be a missionary, and I couldn't be interested in anybody else who wasn't going to be a missionary because that was a very strong calling.
We took off 6 years after those graduate studies at seminary to study tropical medicine in France and Belgium. And then we undertook ministry at an 80-bed hospital in then Zaire, eastern Congo now, in the dramatic Virunga volcanic mountains. We worked there for 3.5 years.
Our hospital was Ranguba, which meant mountain of lightning, and we were literally a light on the hill because we had electricity. And people knew if they came to us that they could get good care and Christian care, and they came.
We had a lot of pediatrics. We had a great deal of trauma. We had a lot of infectious disease, and we had a lot of complicated obstetrics in Africa.
He was very concerned about each individual, which he's carried over here. Every person matters, and he gives his all for everybody.
It's an amazing thing to have a physician that wants to celebrate all the joys in your life. He actually attended my wedding. Dr. Bulger even came to the hospital at 5 o'clock in the morning after we'd had our son. He came and did his baby assessment, discovered he had a broken clavicle, and did a circumcision, and I couldn't believe he showed up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But then there's also the other times where Dr. Bulger calls us at 10 o'clock at night with results.
Randy's never let his practice of medicine get in the way of who he is as an individual. In fact, it merely enhances it.
Often we're here on the weekends doing the same work. If we weren't together here, it would be difficult to feel like we really had enough time together.
Having a physician that's willing to put that extra effort into staying and doing the work and calling means that sometimes you don't have that sleepless night. You don't have that extra worry because you have an answer. And even if it's not a good answer, then you have, what are we going to do about it answer. We'll get you through this. That's his commitment. It's not just, well, we'll try this and this, and if that doesn't work, I'm sorry, I have nothing more for you. Dr. Bulger takes it personally, and it's a personal commitment that you feel he really is walking through it with you.
His focus on quality, his focus on service is an example to all of us.
He actually came and brought me flowers and brought me a book and brought me music and a card, and he wrote on the card, "We'll get you through this." And that truly that sums up a lot of just how he treats patients. That's been my experience with him treating myself and my husband and my own children and my parents. Dr. Bulger is a true family doctor.